it's one of those situations where I'm always kind of torn on really how to report this. That was a pretty solid hit to that back of that vehicle that you saw there, that little silver car.
Welcome to Viral Twist. Today, we're watching a stolen party bus hit the freeway. No one expected this dangerous twist. Wait until you see the crash.
Driver might not have noticed or heard the lights and sirens. I'm just kind of throwing things out there. He's got rear view mirrors. I'm sure he saw those reds and blues in his back, behind him. But it looks like he just kind of got out of the carpool lane, now established in the middle, slowing down some, which is a good sign. Every time these vehicles slow down, you just, like I said, with something like this, you just don't want to see it end poorly. You don't want to see a big vehicle like that colliding with a car and or anything else, even injuring the driver inside that bus. And as far as we know, that's what we were doing just moments ago, trying to look in through that front windshield just to see what we could see, just grab a gander. And, the only thing we can confirm is, the obvious. There's just the driver. Right now, though, doesn't look like he's pulling over. That was just wishful thinking. This pursuit continuing, make its way into the Van Nuys area, past Burbank Boulevard, and the speeds seem to be picking up again. Traffic, it's about what you see right there. It's going to be moderate. I would say moderate. It's a lot of cars, but they're all moving at or above freeway speeds. Welcome to California. And, there you go. It's just making its way. Right now, California Highway Patrol, they've been switching it out like we've talked about before. Came into a different division. But those officers, they continue on. One of them staying and right now being joined by other officers from the West Valley area. Well, Bobby, it's interesting that you're reading our minds. This is what I love working with the family here at Fox. You talk about that. We just got information from this California Highway Patrol helicopter how this thing was found. Apparently, the owner of the company was the one that tracked it down and was actually following it, got a hold of the California Highway Patrol, said, hey, my bus is right here, it is stolen, it's been reported stolen, come and get it, and was waiting, or that guy might actually still be trailing behind because speeds were not so excessive. But that's how this vehicle got found on the 405, and like you said, started, could have most likely came from San Diego. This vehicle seems to be on a mission, like you said. Looks like we're going to be going northbound on the 405. We've been staying north. He's got a couple of options, but in the lanes he's in, it looks like 405 is going to be where we're going to stay for a little bit. Bobby, we've been watching. There was another chance for another spike strip, and they just didn't do it. The officers decided probably it was a little too dangerous, or there was something that caused them not to. So that was over there at Sierra Highway, at the 14 northbound Sierra Highway. Acton is where we are. Crown Valley is coming up, is going to be the next off-ramp. That party bus at one time, you have to excuse me, I haven't had the luxury of hearing you earlier on, almost came to a stop there on the 14 for a moment or two. We thought maybe something had happened or the vehicle had conked out, but it just kind of really came to an almost stop and then continued on the northbound 14 freeway. The California Highway Patrol, they're doing what they can to track this vehicle. I heard one of the officers calling in and giving the information that they had, and they were talking about that, and I was listening in best I could at that point about the actual owner. I think that is an interesting part of this whole dynamic, that the owner was the one that actually was tracking it and said, hey, this is where my bus is, can you come and try to stop it? Right now, though, that driver just continues to drive. I would almost guess. Now, this is, again, this is how you can be wrong, is when you just start throwing out guesses, is that I have a feeling that driver knows what they're doing, possibly somebody that's driven a vehicle like that before, because we haven't seen anything too erratic except for that decision at the last moment to take the 14. The bus itself been basically staying at little better than freeway speeds. That's a great shot right there, Justin, showing the California Highway Patrol helicopter above of it and talking to the officers down there on the ground. Same type of deal like Skyfox. They're going to kind of just keep with it and relay information to the officers, and if they need something, like what's going on ahead, things like that, that helicopter will take care of it. And if they actually need it at the end, that we've seen it in the past, that helicopter will land where it is safe, and an officer will get out to actually conduct or help in conducting an arrest. Right now, though, this one just seems to be a slow-moving party bus. This vehicle moving along right here. It has been an uphill grade the entire time, so whatever gas mileage that vehicle or diesel, it was getting, it's going to be a little bit worse. And hopefully they just didn't have that thing filled up when it was taken, because these, how do you stop something like that? Yes, they're using spike strips. There was one actual attempt, and then a second one where they kind of just aborted it at the last moment, not really sure why. But we talked about doing the pit. They're not going to do it on the freeway. They're not going to do it when speeds are up this high. And that vehicle itself, like you said, it's big, it's heavy, it's lumbering is probably a good word for it. But in the end, it's the driver. That's that vehicle isn't going on its own. The driver is driving it. That's the person making the decisions. Right now, that person's making a decision not to stop. And it just continues on. There's another California Highway Patrol vehicle, and this is a thing too. I don't think that one is actually going to do any kind of pit maneuver just where it's located on the freeway. A lot of these officers, they're out here patrolling. I'm sure they want to get involved in this chase, but they've got a different job to do. Actually, it's on the go, so they're probably switching off. It's probably another officer taking somebody else's spot. But again, this is just going to go till it stops. I know that sounds almost like, I'm trying to be funny or poking fun at it, but it's the truth with this one. That's a big vehicle. They can try to get those spike strips ahead of it. The driver's the one that's going to make that decision to bring it to an end. But right now, that driver just continuing to go and go. He's going to enjoy his last couple of moments of freedom, because when this is over, he's going to go in handcuffs, and hopefully he's going to go in the back of a police car and nothing else. Right now, though, this is just continuing on, a little better than freeway speeds. We're making our way into Palmdale. Going to start some downhill, so whatever he lost in gas mileage, he might gain here in a little bit. Bobby? Pear Blossom. He's taking Pear Blossom. I don't want to cut off Den, but we're taking Pear Blossom. We're getting off the freeway. Yeah, we're going to lose IFB again. We're going to lose our signal altogether. Yeah. Okay. Oh, he's not taking Pear Blossom. He's taking the other one. He's taking Sierra. This would be a good place to take it down. Throw some spike strips in front of it. They could have, Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it looks like he's on the wrong side of the road. Sierra Highway. They probably don't have us. You can bump it up, but Whoa! Whoa! Yep. Yes. He just crashed. He just crashed. He just crashed. Just crashed. Orbit. Orbit. Well, it's one of those situations where I'm always kind of torn on really how to report this. That was a pretty solid hit to that back of that vehicle that you saw there, that little silver car. That little silver car kind of sitting by itself, wrong side of the road. Other folks on Sierra Highway seem to know what's going on, but other vehicles are kind of coming up to it right now. And what's going on right now is the driver's door is open, so I'm thinking that driver's just going to kind of give himself up after realizing what just happened here. Don't know why that really happened. I mean, that all the vehicles were moving, pretty along at a pretty good clip. I'm keeping an eye on one. I'm looking out the window at that smashed car and looking at the driver going into custody right there. There you go. That's one of those ones. I always hate to be the, saying that. it does appear to be a female driver, and it looks like she is going into custody right now after that accident. But I'm really concerned about those folks in that car. You'd think that one of the California Highway Patrol or somebody from California Highway Patrol would get a vehicle over there just to say, hey, are you okay? But right now they're taking that driver into custody, that vehicle, that party bus. You know, it came to a stop probably because it couldn't go anymore.